Welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. So welcome to another episode of New Tool Acquisitions. And you know me, I like tools. And you can borrow my tools as long as you're still buying tools. And that's how I was taught, and that's the motto I live by. So haven't quit buying tools, so I guess I don't have enough. So anyway, I picked up another Noga item. It came on a sale flyer and caught my eye. Noga. You know, you could bait a rat trap with something Noga, and I'd get caught every time. So anyway, we'll pop over and we'll take a look at this tool. We'll kind of examine it, and then we'll test drive it on some on a part and do a little work with the tool. And it's a deburring tool. It's kind of a combined multi-deburring tool, so we're going to scope that out. So let's go check that out. We'll open it up and take a look at it and try it out. Okay, so here's the Noga tool, and you know, I thought it was kind of funny that they sent a free sample of this along. Like I need this, right? This is what is this? 5-hour energy shot, right? It's, you know, it's like a little jug of caffeine or something. So anyway, they sent that along with this, you know, on the order. And this was in a, this came from Traverse Tool, and they sent me a, oh, bastard. They sent, oh, there we go. You know, that was pretty lucky, as you guys know, just opening that silly packaging. Okay. Let's take a look at this thing here. So it's kind of a 4-in-1 tool here, and we'll just kind of let's see, how are we looking for light there? I might be blocking a bit of that light. Let me shift over here. Okay, so it's kind of a 4-in-1 tool. So we got a countersink, a little whirly gig there. Then we flip it over here. We've got a heavy-duty whirly gig, and then a 3-corner scraper here. Now these kind of, they're locked in so they don't pop out. So you actually have to, maybe they aren't locked. Yeah. Well, that thing's moving. Okay. Anyway, let's pull one out, and then they lock in position, which is really nice. And that swivels. The tips are replaceable, and it looks like they use the standard B-size whirly gigs deals. Okay, and then they lock in position, and then when you want to bring it back in, you pull this down and then fold it up. Okay, so let's pop that one out. All right, same thing here. This removes, and I have a few of these because I have the little set of these guys. Now these are real handy. I like these here. They have different sizes because sometimes you have to reach down into a little area and countersink like that. So once again, okay, so it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. It doesn't feel unnatural with a rectangular handle here. Okay. All right, let's fold that one up. And see, it folds in there, and then this actually, there's a little recess there. I don't know if you can see that, but it pops into that recess so that it doesn't like pop out of your holster or whatever. So all right, so let's take a look at this side. This is just a bigger version here. Now, some shops, this is all they have is these big fat ones here, and so you got both bases covered there, depending on what your shop tends to use. And okay, so that locks nicely. I'm going to release that one, and let's get this one out. And then this has got a protector on it. Okay, so we got a nice 3-corner, and it looks like it's hollow ground, so that's always nice. Nice and sharp. It's a good size. It's small. The smaller ones, I tend to grip them up close like this when I'm using them. This is pretty long. You tend to slip with them like this, but you can still choke up on it here and get a precision grip on it. Okay, so let me go grab something that's got a burr on it, and then we'll hopefully I can test I'll find some with a hole and some other stuff, and then we'll give this a little deburring test. Anyway, that's a Noga, and it's called a Multi Burr. They don't give these away as you might expect, and but you know, I took a bullet for the team. I bought this. It was $52 or something like that on sale regularly, more than that, and But you know how it is. Nothing's too good for you guys. You know, I got to buy a tool and test drive it for you. Okay, so let me find something. We'll deburr. Okay, so this might be a little tricky to demo here, but let's just give it a go. This is a piece of aluminum. It's 80/20. It's a little chunk that's been saw cut, so it's it's full of burrs. There's no doubt of that. Let's do the dumb one first here. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay, so like I didn't expect that to work, right? So that, like I said, this is kind of the most no-brainer one of the things, tools, and that seems to work fine. It feels a little different than the other. Let me try gripping it in a. See, look at that. It's full of burrs, man. It's just snagging my ring. Oh, okay. So I'm holding it here now, and it feels a little bit better when I do that. For whatever reason. Okay, I'm going to save that hole for something else. I'll pop that back in. All right, let's try the heavy-duty one here. And then, an area that we might use the heavy-duty one. Okay, feels pretty good. And, you can do round holes and tubes and stuff like that, too. All right, seems to behave itself. And you saw that I was kind of choking up on it because that's a lot of handle there. So far I would say it would be, my thinking is these should be a little shorter, but that's just first impressions. So let's keep going. What else we got? Let's do the 3-corner here. All right, so what do we got here? See if I can get in position. All right, yeah. It's okay. It's pretty sharp right now. They use, once again, it's I think it's a little too much handle, just for my personal. I'm gonna get a little more aggressive here. All right, so far so good. I mean, if you're gonna go over to a machine or something like that, that was across the shop, and you wanted to take a tool, this would certainly be a good one to do that with. Okay, let's cover that back up. What's left? Oh, I think it's just this little one here. Well, once again, up. So now there. Okay, so this one's shorter, so maybe this one's a little friendlier that way. So let's give it a go. Let's try the 2-finger. Yeah, okay. I think this blade has a different geometry here. It's behaving differently. So for those of you that don't know, that these are sharpened different depending on the material that you're working with. So let's see. Yeah, you see this one's flat on one side. So this one, and I can never remember which is which here. I'd have to look in the damn catalog there to see what. So that's got a flat side and then a bevel, and then this one here is basically 2 bevels. So to me, this is going to be a harder material geometry here. So that's what they've done. They've given you, well, hey, I suppose we could read this. Yerp. What does it say here? Works best on steel, aluminum, plastic, S10. That's number 1. Okay, so, all right, and then the, what do they call it? Number 3, brass and cast iron. So short chipping stuff, cast iron and brass, that geometry there. So it's almost negative, almost a negative geometry there. So that actually makes sense. Okay, well, hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to read the instructions, right? figure it out. Okay, anyway, that's the new Noga tool, and so far so good. You guys will probably see it in the videos, and it's a good looking tool. It's not free, and but so far so good. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, I'm not quite done yet. When I went to put this away in my toolbox, I was, going to put it in here. This resides in the top of my toolbox. And so I looked at it and I go, you know what? These guys would just love all this crap in here. So maybe we'll just go through it real quick. So there's the new one. You guys saw that. That's that Noga. Here's my go-to for almost everything. Just a 3-corner. And I don't know, I don't remember if this was made from a triangular file or if it was a commercial scraper that's just been ground down a bunch of times. But it's a good length right now. It's about 1.25 inches. Plenty of handle to get your hand on. You can do some damage with that one, I can tell you. And there's a smaller version. Okay, this is more like the one that was on here. And I don't remember if this is a Noga or who makes this one, to tell you the truth. That's a Noga there, and that's the little whirligig, and it's got the replaceable tips. And then here's some of the tips. They're different sizes. Let's see here, and these get dull. Let's see, and then they got an external one, so you can do an external chamfer there. And then I think this is the small one, yeah. So that's a little countersink too there. A little 1/8 inch. Another one, a little 1/8 inch. Yeah, like I said, they get dull. So that's that one. What do we got hiding here? Oh, a little tiny, that's a Vargas. Little tiny short 3-corner. I don't use that one very much. What else we got in here? So this one, you guys will like this one here. This is a cheap tool you can make yourself. It's made out of one of these giveaway screwdrivers, and you sharpen it to a point. Then you just bend the very tippy tip over, kind of into a little hook, and this is great for reaching down into tapped holes and snagging a little bundle of chips and pulling them out. So that's something you can just make, and works really good. And this is I think this is a clay tool for ceramics. It's rough, so it's kind of like a rat tail file, but it's small. So I bought this just playing around with trying to kind of screw this into a bundle of chips and pull it out. And it kind of works, and it works good for some things, so I keep it around. There's that. What else we got in here? Kind of a long version here, custom grind. 3-corner here. That's made from a file. This is a snap-on O-ring pick. This works good for catching chips in certain areas. I don't know. It's a bent screwdriver. Why it's up there, I'm not quite sure. This is for reaching up inside into a cross hole, so you can reach through like this. You can reach through and do a hole like that through the other side of something. So that's what that guy's for. And then this is the Old Faithful here. This is a Vargas. Don't tell Noga. It's a Vargas, and it carries a bucket load of tips in here, and some of those are different geometry, like we were saying before. So that's kind of my some of my standard deburring stuff. And then this one comes from a workmate of mine who turned me on to this. This works good for certain kinds of jobs. It's a little parting blade that's been sharpened to a point and then beveled. But these work good for scraping little edges and things like that. That came from Joel Shinnick, actually, who has a shop down in the valley. Awesome machinist. We'll interview him sometime. He's quite the character. So anyway, that's Tom's deburring junk. So thanks for watching.